I'm Captain Birminggham, call sign Cyborg. I'm an F-35A pilot stationed at RAF Lakenheath in the United Kingdom. So the F-35A is an advanced fifth generation multi-role strike fighter. Our primary mission set is what's known as SEAD, so the suppression of enemy air defenses. We are very capable in both the air-to-air and the air-to-surface mission sets. So the F-35A, it has two internal weapon bays.
Okay.
For the air-to-air mission set, that can carry a mix of primarily the AIM-120 AMRAAM, and then as well for our SEAD mission set, we can carry a mix of larger bombs up to a 2,000-pound JDAM class, or as well as the 250-pound small diameter bomb in each of those weapon bays. It does have the capability as well to carry external ordnance, so not seen right now, but on each wing there are 3 hardpoints where you could load additional bombs or missiles, typically the AIM-9X we would have on the outer weapon stations there. So most pilots will be stationed for roughly 3 years. With that, we have a number of training opportunities with our NATO partner allies, and then depending on the current scheduling or mission requirements, pilots will still have the opportunity to take a few days off and travel around Europe to enjoy all of the countries. I began my Air Force career at the United States Air Force Academy. There I had the opportunity to fly the TG-16 Alpha, which is a small glider. And then after that, I commissioned and received a pilot training slot. For the pilot training, it begins with what we call the initial flight training, flying a very small plane, the DA-20 Katana, for about 2 months. After that, you'll move to Air Force pilot training, which I accomplished at NJEP, so the Euro-NATO Joint Jet Pilot Training at Shepherd Air Force Base, beginning with the T-6 Alpha, so turboprop aircraft, and then from there I moved to the T-38, which is a twin-jet supersonic trainer. After that, I was fortunate enough to receive an F-35 training slot, which I accomplished at Luke Air Force Base in Arizona. The F-35 is definitely very advanced, but with our initial pilot training on the T-38, we learn all of the fundamentals of takeoff, landing, communicating with air traffic control, and then formation flying. And then once we get to that training course, which I accomplished at Luke Air Force Base, the academics as well as the simulator training capacity is very effective at preparing the students for their first flight, which, as you see, the F-35A is only a single seat variant. So that first flight you do, you're on your own with an instructor in another F-35 aircraft, but you've received a lot of very robust simulator training, so students are well prepared for that leap in technology. With anything in flying, there's always focus. No matter if you have less experience or more experience, all pilots are always very dialed into the mission there. But for me, it was definitely an extreme sense of excitement. As I was saying, you leading up to this will have done multiple simulator events, all focusing on how to operate the aircraft on the ground, safely take it off, travel to the airspace, and then return to landing. So with all that training, I felt extremely prepared, but there is still nothing like strapping on the jet, starting the engine for the first time, and then with the engine, the Pratt & Whitney F-135, the 43,000 pounds of thrust on a max afterburner takeoff is certainly a sensation like no other. Last year, I had the distinct pleasure of going to the Royal International Air Tattoo in the United Kingdom. So not my first air show with the F-35, but the Paris Air Show has been great. We've been able to discuss with industry professionals as well as the general public out here to explain all the capabilities. So I personally always find it to be a great honor to discuss both the aircraft's capabilities and then the U.S. Air Force mission at these air shows. As the manufacturer, Lockheed Martin does obviously create the F-35, but our primary mission here is just to explain what we do as the 495th Fighter Squadron stationed at RAF Lakenheath, and primarily how as an Air Force squadron there, what our main missions are and how we fly the aircraft. With the U.S. Air Force, there's one F-35 demo pilot. Currently, it is Major Mock Klusner, and they're stationed at Hill Air Force Base in Utah. So traditionally with U.S. air shows, they would take their F-35s, fly them all around the country. But specifically here at the Paris Air Show, we flew our jets from RAF Lakenheath to more easily facilitate their travel over here. As far as how their application process goes, it's roughly every 2 years there'll be a new demo pilot. So they will there's a minimum hour requirement and then a minimum qualification requirement. They will put in their application and then go through a number of selections such that they can perform the awesome aerial demonstration that we've witnessed so far. Staying disciplined and focused on your studies in school is of the utmost importance there. And then if that is a desire, a career that people would like to make for themselves, then definitely make that goal, set some clear windows of expectations, and then obviously researching the various pathways to achieve that. The earlier you can do that so you can make the appropriate decisions is the best.